Welcome
to the Age of Awakening.
Please identify yourself. Enter.
Hey, what's up, Triple P Nation? Dr. J here. We're ready. Are you ready to explore the tools, tactics, and strategies to achieve personal and business mastery? Well, this week, we're going to get in on the personal side, particularly when we talk about personal well-being. And I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite health hacks that I love to do, that I know it's changing my overall well-being, my mindset, detoxifying my body. And you know what? It mimics the benefits of exercise, and I don't have to do crap. I know you're going to want to listen, so hang around for that one. It's really cool. So as I mentioned, my name is Dr. J. I am the host. I've been doing this for over 6 years here now. Loving every minute of it. Appreciate each and every one of you who choose to join me each and every week. Thank you for all your new listeners who pop in saying hi. We just spent a long time talking about business and mindset and prosperity mindset. We talked about success mindset. And I want to start moving back into the health side of it, the physical well-being side of it. And we're going to do that here today in some upcoming episodes because there's been a lot of new update and research. Many of you know I've opened a new business called Revitalizing Health and Hormones. I want to talk to you about the benefits of optimizing your hormones, why it's necessary, what's the effect and the impact, why so many people are struggling with energy and lack of focus and inability to sleep and to recover and recuperate from sleep, lack of intimacy, loss of just pure drive, not feeling yourselves. And it's pervasive in our society. It's not just the old, it's young, it's in shape, it's out of shape, it's no shape, it's everybody. And I want to talk more about that over the next coming weeks. And we'll certainly do that here. But before we get started, it's time to snack. Yeah, it's time for your success snack, your weekly success snack. Now, last week I talked about the importance of listening, to understand and not to respond. To become a great communicator, you have to become a great listener. And this particular success snack falls right in line with that. And this is about what I call regular check-ins and check-ups. Now, that means is, I don't know about you, but you ever go through your day and you're just doing your thing? And like, I work from home. My wife works, at one of our offices, and she goes in, she comes back, she goes in, and we just kind of pass each other, and it's kind of like, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Like, we're both in the mold of, in business mindset, and we don't check in. And so I have to be intentional to stop and just check in. I mean, because like, I'm tunnel vision. I'm just going. I got to stop and go, hey, how are you? How's your day going? You all right? Things cool? You'll, have fun? Cool. All right. I'll see you later on. I know that sounds so simplistic, but if you are on this fast track of life, which I know you guys are because you're pursuing your Triple P life, I'm suggesting to you, even if it's just a quick text, hey, I was thinking of you. Just want to tell you I love you. Quick smile emoji or something. Man, what an awesome thing to do. It makes them feel valuable, makes them know that you care, makes them know that you're still thinking about them. And the longer you're together and the more important you do those things, or the more often you do those things, the more important it is, in my opinion. It's just keeping that spark there. It's just letting them know that they really matter to you, because it's really easy, isn't it, to take for granted our most important relationships. And then, God forbid, someday they're no longer there, and we feel regret because we didn't tell them often enough how awesome they are, how much we love them, how incredible life is because of them. So regular check-ins and checkups to keep your relationships fresh, new, and to keep that spark. Okay, so what is this incredible health hack that I'm talking about here? Well, it's sauna. About 4.5 years ago, when I built the studio here, the Triple P Life Studios, I built a sauna. I had a sauna built in the studio. I had been reading and seeing a lot of research on the value and benefits of sauna. And we travel and we stay at resorts, and I would use the sauna, sometimes dry sauna, sometimes a wet sauna, sometimes steam. And I just love how I felt. It just felt like a sense of cleanse, a sense of renewal. Said, you know what? I'm going to put one in my house. And it's one of the best things that I have done. So I want to talk to you about that today because I'm really passionate about infrared light therapy. Of course, saunas usage, right? It really has so many biological benefits that can radically improve your health in your life. And the thing is, guys, research shows that saunas has a lot of the same mental benefits as exercise, and which is pretty incredible. So heating your muscles is where a lot of the benefits of exercise come from. And you get a lot of that with saunas. There's an incredible cardiovascular benefit. And frequent sauna users are shown to have lower risk of heart disease. So what's not to like? And here's the thing, right? I go in the room next door here. I hit the power button. I set the temperature, and all I have to do is get undressed and go into the sauna. That's what I'm saying. You get the benefits of exercise without having to do anything. So it's absolutely perfect. So, like I said, I want to talk about the data that involves conventional saunas and the impact it has. I want to talk about the pros and cons. I want to talk about the health benefits, get a little specific, and then I want to talk about why you should consider adding it into your health routine. So let's get into it. It's what's called heat shock proteins. This is the key, or HSPS. Heat shock proteins are a group of proteins produced by your cells in response to stressful conditions. So when your body temperature elevates in a sauna, it initiates these heat shock proteins. As for what temperature you're aiming for, now there's no one absolute answer. Now, some of the studies that I've looked at suggest it's peak temperature that matters, while others suggest that the rate of the temperature rise is the key. I don't know, potato, tomato. But the studies did look at a temperature to shoot for. And one that was found to start with, like the minimal amount is 101 degrees, and that should be done for a minimum of 20 minutes. Now, ultimately, what you're seeking to do is to activate these heat shock proteins, which are going to play an important role in protecting your cells from damage by helping to maintain proper protein folding and function. Now, if you don't have enough cellular energy, proteins can be made incorrectly. That's not good. And some estimates suggest that 1/3 proteins are misfolded from the moment they're made. Now, why? Because protein folding is crucial. It determines the three-dimensional shape of a protein, which directly impacts its function. Now, proper folding ensures that proteins can perform their specific biological roles effectively, while misfolding can lead to a variety of diseases and cellular dysfunction. That's why how it's done is critical. The specific shape of a protein, this allows it to interact with other molecules in a precise manner, which like a key in a lock. This is essential for enzymes, which catalyze biochemical reactions, and for structural proteins, which then provide support and shape to cells and tissues. Now, if a protein is bent or twisted in the wrong way, it's not going to work right. See, but when using a sauna, it can help refold these proteins, and this is where HSPS comes in. You see, they control, right? They have the quality of control for all the proteins. So their job is to find and look out for damage. And when the proteins get damaged, the heat repairs it. And they bring into these what's called phagosomes to get rid of them. So they basically clean it out. So they're the housekeepers. Now, why do I recommend infrared saunas? Well, they're superior. They're superior based on the belief that the near infrared light penetrates so deeply into your tissue that it makes it superior for detoxification and physical healing. And what's wrong with that, right? So what's the difference between sauna and infrared sauna? Well, traditional saunas heat the air around you to create sweat, while infrared uses panels that emit infrared light waves. And that's what I have. These waves penetrate your skin and raise your core body temperature, causing you to sweat more profusely than a traditional sauna. Infrared saunas, guys, use infrared light to heat your body, as I mentioned. So this makes it more effective at penetrating very deep into your muscles and tissue, which helps loosen up the toxins so they can be easily eliminated from your body. Okay, so what's the difference between a finished sauna and a typical sauna? So a finished sauna is a wet sauna. and regular sauna is more of a dry heat. So unlike steam rooms, they're also known as wet saunas, these finished saunas. And there's humidity is kept around about 5 to 20%, and the temperature is set between 80 and 100 degrees Celsius. So a lot of times people ask the question, are saunas better than hot tubs? And I have both. The sauna health benefits and the hot tub benefits are almost identical. And both have been shown to improve cardiovascular health and detoxification and even weight loss. Hot tubs, however, have newer inventions that may not offer all the same benefits as some of the saunas do. And with hot tubs, you get all the chemicals. So that's the downside with hot tubs. So then the next question is, who should avoid saunas? Well, you should check with your doctor. But if you have high blood pressure or heart disease or even kidney disease, you might want to avoid this. Some experts also recommend against sauna usage for pregnant women. So you definitely need to check with your healthcare provider regarding whether you can use an infrared sauna or not. So what are some of the toxins that saunas remove? And this is the key. This is what you need to know. Heavy metals, phthalates, flame retardants, bisphenol A, pesticides, and PCBs. So heavy metals. This comes from our environment, from our water, from drugs. This is the stuff that gets aluminum, lead, mercury, that gets accumulated in our brain, which leads to cognitive decline, and in many cases, been shown to contribute to diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Phthalates, flame retardants in our carpet, in our walls, in our furniture, in our clothes. It's everywhere. Very highly toxical. And we breathe it in, gets in our skin, goes directly from our skin into our circulatory system. As with bisphenol A, pesticides that we consume and we eat on our fruits and vegetables, and PCBs that come from plastics and so on and so forth. So Triple P Nation, you cannot avoid these. It's impossible. No matter how much you protect yourself and your environment, which I suggest you do, you cannot eliminate them entirely. And the best you can do is minimize them and then look for ways to detoxify. That's why saunas are so amazing, to allow you to detoxify. Now, are there any drawbacks to using an infrared sauna? Well, they can be expensive. There's no question about it. For some people, they may be intolerant to heat as it rises from mild to moderate or even high temperatures. If you have low blood pressure, hypotension, you can get lightheaded or dizziness. Some people may get airway irritation. And of course, if you've got a home unit, you can experience some claustrophobia. Now, here's the good thing about infrared. One of the pros is that there's virtually very little or minimal electromagnetic frequency. So I have a low emitting electromagnetic frequency sauna. Doesn't mean it eliminates all, but it does minimize the amount, and it's kind of a trade-off. There are ones that are no EMFs, but I've read some research that even there's minimal amounts. It's just a certain quality or quantity that they say that it doesn't reach, that they can call it no EMFs. So take that with a grain of salt. So what's the problem with incandescent heat lamp bulbs in saunas? So in a sauna setting with incandescent bulbs and bulbs that emit far infrared producing significant heat, the heat prevents you from getting close enough to receive therapeutic doses of infrared. Now, a therapeutic dose of near infrared is around 10 to 100 milliwatts, which is not achievable in this setup. So while near infrared saunas can be effective for detoxification, they do not provide the photomodulation benefits often attributed to them. So that's the light that stimulates cellular production to detoxify your cells. That's what the photomodulation is. The choice between near and far saunas should be based on individual needs and preferences, considering factors such as what it's going to cost you or the design for your house or specific health goals. But I will tell you, it's, a decent one that sits for people. It's going to run you between $3,000 and $5,000. Now you may say, man, that's a lot of money. And it is. But if you take care of it, it's going to last 10, 15, 20 years. So you look at your cost per year and then you look at your cost per use. And I'll go over how much you use it here shortly. It's actually quite cost effective, especially when you consider the health benefits. Now, what are some of the ideal temperatures for sauna use? So one way to gauge whether you're getting the proper therapeutic dose from your sauna is the temperature. Some of the studies recommend 110 degrees Fahrenheit, but most people can probably safely go to 115, 120, even higher. The downside is that at lower temperatures, you're going to need to be in a sauna much longer. For example, at 120 degrees, you're going to likely need to be in it for an hour to get the same benefit if you would be in it at 130 to 140 degrees. Now, most people use them around 120 to 130, and all the studies on the benefits with far infrared are better with low 120s up to 140. I've been using the sauna for more than, like I said, 4 years now, so I'm acclimated to the heat. If you're new to a sauna, it's best to start around 120. Use it 3 or 4 times a week or every day, and then go up a degree or two, because you could set the temperature digitally and it won't elevate beyond that temperature. So as you get yourself heat accustomed. Now, I usually recommend conservative protocols, just like I said. So in case, anyone that's dealing with really heavy toxic, heavy load and burden, or is really sick. And the fact is, it's for those people who are going to get the most benefit, slow incremental. Now, most healthy young people don't need to start that way. It's really for people who are dealing with some underlying sickness to begin with. So, but just start out slow and then increase slowly as well too. But as a veteran sauna user, as I said, I like the temperature in my sauna between 130 and 140 degrees. And again, you don't need to go that high to start. Generally starting 110 is going to be okay, and then increase. As we've discussed, there's so many benefits that come with heat acclimation. For instance, research that was published in the Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science reported that, quote, heat acclimation induces physiological adaptations that improve thermal regulation, attenuated physiological strain, reduces the risk of serious heat and heart illnesses, and improve aerobic performance in warm, hot environments when you're working out, and potentially in temperate environments. Now, the adaptations include improved sweating, improved skin blood flow, lowered body temperatures, reduced cardiovascular strain, improved fluid balance, altered metabolism, and enhanced cellular protection. All really important things, guys. Now, I want to get into a little additional information about some of the body toxins that are being removed when you sweat. As I mentioned, we're exposed, overwhelmed by toxins in our environment. Microplastics, for instance, are pervasive everywhere. These xenoestrogens can mimic the effects of estrogen in your body, and that's really bad for guys. It's one of the reasons why male testosterone is down 40% over the last 20 years, just the last 20 years. And that's from ages 20 up until 90. See, much of the danger is related to their stimulation of estrogen receptors. The phthalates, for instance, the phthalates have estrogenic properties, and some endocrine disrupting chemicals are also considered estrogenic carcinogens. Again, one of the reasons why we started the clinic, to help people optimize and normalize their hormonal balance due to toxic environmental load. The xenoestrogens increase intracellular calcium. And when that happens, they increase superoxide and nitric oxide, and it performs peroxynitrate, which is a very pernicious toxin. And it creates oxidative stress that not only damages your DNA and the DNA protein and the cell membranes, it destroys your mitochondrial function. What is the mitochondria? It's the energy center of your cells. This is one of the prime reasons why so many people are low in energy, because those xenoestrogens are destroying the energy centers of your body. Basically, your power plants are being shut down due to this environmental toxic load. So when you use a sauna, it helps you detoxify via your sweat. The key is you gotta sweat though, and you have to measure how much you're sweating to ensure you're going to get the benefit therapeutically. Now, you really can't measure sweat since it evaporates, but you can weigh yourself, like before you go into the sauna, weigh yourself naked. And then again, when you come out, find out how much you weigh after you've sweat. Now, I have found that I can sweat out as much as 1.5, sometimes 2 liters of water. Now, this sweat is obviously full of toxins, which is one reason why, for me, it's ideal to have my own sauna at home, as opposed to going to a public sauna at a gym? Because it's really kind of gross, guys. Because not only can I control the temperature in the public, I can't control it in the sauna, but you're sitting in a space and on where other people have already sweat and excreted toxins, and now you're sitting on it and you're absorbing it. Not very hygienic, is it? I wouldn't say so. So when you're looking for your sauna, look for ones that emit low or no EMFs, right? Talked a little bit about that because most infrared saunas emit dangerous non-native electromagnetic fields. And over time, that's not a good thing. So it's got to be low. The problem is the electrical fields. They're really difficult to measure without expensive meters or proper training. And these are another source of massive confusion, even within the building biology committee, a group of public and working professionals that are dedicated to creating safe havens in a toxic electromagnetic free world. One reason I'm a fan of this club is because they promote saunas, and it's because they promote low EMF saunas, or free if you can find them. All right, so how often should you use sauna as we wrap up here? So you know what the benefits are. You know it's the importance of striking right balance. You know how to get started. Go low, slow to begin with. Add. But the thing is, there's also a benefit to toweling off as your sauna, to wipe off the toxins on your skin so they don't evaporate and get reabsorbed back into your skin. So what I like to use is a tepid washcloth, and I put essential oils on it. I mean, you can use whatever one you like. I like eucalyptus and mint, and then I wipe off with it. It feels good on your skin. It's refreshing. It smells great. Your skin smells great. And you wipe off those toxins as your body's sweating those out. So frequency, as I mentioned, for beginners, daily use, use for about 10 days to 2 weeks to get acclimated. Regular users, guys, 3 days a week will keep you rocking and rolling, keep your body detoxified. The key here, though, is listen to your body and adjust the usage accordingly. If you're feeling sick or lightheaded, you might want to avoid it. If you're dehydrated, you should avoid it, which gets me to the next important point. After you use your sauna, and I do drink water in the sauna. Sometimes I'll do a green tea when I'm in the sauna, or just purified water, but you're going to need to replace that water that you just sweat out, your body just sweat out, to make sure that your cells and your body and your circulatory system is replenishing those fluids that are necessary. And that's it, water. No alcohol, no caffeine, nothing. You need water. So I usually recommend I drink, 2 of these. Okay. These are Triple P Life shaker cups. And sometimes I put some hydrate in there to get the essential minerals back in. So the hydrate's really good to get those electrolytes back into my body. And I'll drink 2 of those. So we know that using a sauna is an incredible adjunct to a healthy lifestyle. But it's important to remember that saunas, like anything, is not a magic bullet. And they're more of an advanced health technique that have really remarkable benefits, but you've got to be able to get the basics down first as well. So what does that mean? You got to make sure you're doing some proper nutrition, you're exercising, you're getting outside, you're getting some sunlight, you're optimizing your vitamin D levels. And if you got these foundational pieces in place, then it's a great time to add sauna to your health routine. Add it as one of your health hacks. So you just continue to add to your bucket of all these things that it's going to help you live more vitalistically, to live toxic free, to live in the highest functioning state your cells can possibly be. It's what we call homeostasis. It's a balance in life that allows the body to function at its fullest capacity. So I hope you found this episode on saunas really beneficial. By the way, I am not recommending any specific company for a variety of different reasons. If you reach out to me, you want to know what I use, be happy to tell you. You can text me, you can email me, Dr. J at Triple P Life. I'll be able to and happy to share that information with you. But we need to make sure that we know as much as we can, share this information, because our world is a place in which most of the things that surround us do not add life, they take away life. So we got to add as many of these techniques, many of these proven scientific health hacks to our daily routines as possible to mitigate against the risks of being exposed like we are doing. So, all right, guys, love and appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you enjoyed this show. And if you found valuable, please go to your favorite podcast app, give us a review. Let us know what you think. It means the world to us. And again, email me, Dr. J at Triple P Life. If you have questions, whatever content you want me to cover, let me know. Be happy to hear from you. So listen, have an incredible day. Have an incredible week. And like I always say, you be you, just be the best you. And I promise you will always empower your dreams, ignite your passion, and accelerate your prosperity. Until next time, guys, be well.